Hello everybody, my name is Jeremy, and today I'm going to be discussing The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 10, Brand New Friends. So this episode focused all on the group of people that we met in the last episode at the very, very end, and we find out that they are not in fact Negan's people. They are actually a group that is called on the show the Scavengers, but I affectionately like to call them hoarders because they're living in a big giant garbage dump. Which, if you think about it, is actually one of the smartest places that you could probably stay at. Besides the fact that it would smell awful, it actually would be a really good place to kind of deter the walkers, because we've learned canonically that the walkers don't go around things that smell like the dead, and a garbage dump doesn't smell any deader than dead people. So it would be a really smart place to hide out because it would deter the walkers, and you'd have everything that you could need there. Yes, it's all used and yeah, it's been worn down, but there's pillows, there's blankets, there's probably all kinds of things you could build shelter with, you could probably build weapons with. There's so much that you could find in a garbage dump. So I think these people are incredibly smart, if not a little vile, for wanting to stay here at this garbage dump. They have pretty good numbers, so they would be a good addition to the team going against Negan. We meet their leader, whose name is Jadis. She looks like Mila Jovovich, kind of, with a detox icon haircut. She's really kind of fierce, but I don't trust anybody in the apocalypse who has time to, like, peroxide their hair and dye it. Like, there's no hair dye in the apocalypse. Give us some realistic hair, please. We also finally got to see that crazy, like, demon walker that they've been talking about since the break. This was, like, the boss battle that we've been waiting for from the time that The Walking Dead started. Every time there's a zombie franchise, there has to be, like, a big boss battle. And this was it. Rick was thrown into essentially a lion pit with this walker that's down there who has all these spikes out of him. And he's got this spiky helmet, which, who took the time to put that helmet on him is the question that I have. Who sat down and was like, hey, you know what'd be cool? If we put this helmet on this guy and made him like a gladiator to fight against. And it was like a complete boss battle with the side characters being like, do this is how you fight it. Like Phil in Kingdom Hearts 2 screaming to get on the Hydra's back. It seemed kind of obvious to me how Rick should have fought this monster, but I guess when you're kind of disoriented, he was thrown off guard literally into this pit, and he's never fought anything like this before. So, you know, he was probably just disoriented in how to take care of it. But I feel like Rick has gotten out of so many incredible situations fighting walkers. I mean, they fought off that entire section of the Horde that walked into Alexandria on their own, 16 people, thousands of walkers. And it took him, like, getting advice from Michonne to be able to fight this monster. And in the moment it seemed, you know, obvious to me, but Rick doesn't always make the most intelligent decisions. Also, how is he gonna clean up his wound? There's nothing at this garbage dump, and, like, he needs to get that treated immediately before it turns, like, septic and necrotic. But that walker was insane. In the best way possible. Like, crazy. Jadis is a little sketchy. I don't know if I trust her, and it's not because she speaks in broken English, it's not because she has a weird haircut, it's not because she found time to dye her hair in the apocalypse, it's because there's something shifty in her eyes, and the fact that they take and they don't bother, that they would fight Negan's army just to get stuff. Something about that kind of seems conflicted with their mantra of, we take, we don't bother. So I feel like it might get to a point where they're just gonna not care anymore. Like, yeah, there's gonna be the option to get a third of the supplies, which I think is a really good deal. You know, they could have 1/3 for Rick's group, 1/3 for the hoarders, and then another third to give to the Hilltop, because it doesn't really seem like the kingdom is gonna help, so it seems natural that that other third would go to the Hilltop. But I don't know, I feel like it might get to the point where it's going to get to battle, and maybe they're just going to not care enough to get all the stuff. I'm hoping that that doesn't end up happening. Also, a lot of people are speculating that Tara is going to lead the group back to Oceanside and collect all those guns, because that is the gun headquarters. But what we're going to have an issue with is Tara made a promise not to go back, and Tara promised not to tell everybody what she found. So she can break that promise in the mindset of, we're going to stop Negan, so this is important. But if they go back, those women will take them out without even blinking an eye. They will kill every single one of those people because they don't have enough weapons to go and fight against Oceanside. So what they're going to do to get these guns is going to be really interesting to see how that all plays out. Also, P.S., why are Negan's people not watching the group at all? They're looking for Daryl, and they think that Rick's people are involved with where Daryl's at. So why doesn't Negan have a post of people that are literally just supposed to watch Rick's group? Because that would seem like the most logical thing. I don't know, like, where are Negan's people? The next episode seems like it's going to focus specifically on them, and it's going to take place right after Daryl escaped, and kind of that midway point from the last episode where Negan got on the radio and told everybody that Daryl had gotten out. So it looks like it's going to, like, focus right in that point, but I'm not particularly interested in the episode. Like, I'm interested because I want to see Negan, but I'm not interested because it seems like it's going to heavily feature Eugene, and he's my least favorite character of all the characters in The Walking Dead ever. Like, I thought Andrea was annoying. Eugene is even more annoying than her. And, like, at least Andrea did some shit. Eugene's just stupid, and he should have died several seasons ago. So, like, I'm excited to see what's going on in Negan's camp, but I'm not excited to find out what happens with Eugene. I just don't care about him. Also, we had a little more connection with Carol and with Daryl, our power they're not really a couple, but, like, they might as, like, they're a power couple. And we saw Daryl lie to Carol about what happened, and he told her that everything was alright, which I thought was a really sweet moment because she admitted to him that she couldn't lose anybody else. She left because she couldn't take it, and Daryl kept that in the back of his mind, and he said, if I tell my friend what happened, she's going to go back into the fight, and she clearly doesn't need that right now. So the fact that he was looking out for her needs and paying attention to her, and he lied to her, but he lied to her for the right reasons. And it was just such a sweet, kind moment, and it kind of, it made me feel things. And now Daryl is on his way. He's leaving the kingdom, and he's going to go back to the hilltop, which I think is, like, the worst idea possible, because Negan's people are not going to look for him at the kingdom. Yes, Daryl needs to get into the fight. Yes, Daryl needs to go and prepare for battle. But Negan's people are looking for him. They would never think to go in the kingdom, and they're probably patrolling the streets looking for him. And he's walking in broad daylight. Like, at the very least, if he was going to travel out and go back to the hilltop, he should have done it at night, not in the daytime when everybody can see him. So I'm incredibly worried about what's going to happen to the fate of Daryl. And I said, I think at the beginning of my reviews here, that I feel like something bad's going to happen to Daryl at the end of the season. They already killed Glenn. So I'm thinking that they're going to go for it. They're going to bring up the body count, and it's going to be people that we care about. And I don't think we're going to get so lucky that we're going to lose Eugene. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and I will be back next time for another review. Bye!